Hi, Mr. Sussman here. Today we're going to take a look at another part of speech. This time it's adverbs. In this presentation we're going to learn what an adverb is, the type of words that adverbs modify, and there's that modify word, so that should give you a hint where we're going, and the similarities and differences between adverbs and their very close cousins, the adjectives. So, let's look at adjectives and adverbs first. We know one of the chief jobs of an adjective is to describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. And you probably are familiar with that at this point. For example, the laughing hyena. The noun is hyena. The adjective, laughing. It tells us something about the hyena. It's a description of some sort. Similarly, the crying baby. The baby is the noun. Baby, rather, is the noun. And what is he doing? He is crying. Well, there is another type of modifier. It's similar to an adjective, but these are called adverbs. And unlike adjectives, which modify nouns and pronouns, as we said, adverbs modify verbs. And I've given you a hint on the screen here. Adverb contains the word verb. So if you ever get mixed up between adjectives and adverbs, just remember adverb, verb. Adverbs, like adjectives, answer the questions how, when, where, and to what extent. So, here are some examples. The track star ran quickly. The verb in question there is ran. How did she run? She ran quickly. The girl gazed dreamily. How did she gaze? The verb? Well, she gazed dreamily. And the boy raised his hand eagerly. Raised is the verb. Eagerly is the adverb. Now, when we have adverbs that modify verbs, very often, not always, but very, very often, they will end in the letters ly. So, the woman ran quickly. He rushed through his dinner hungrily. She complained loudly. In all of these cases, the words that end in ly are the adverbs. They tell us how something is being done. If it were just all that simple. But in grammar it hardly ever is. There's more. Adverbs don't just modify verbs. Sorry, it gets a little bit complicated here. Adverbs also modify adjectives and other adverbs. That's right. As confusing as that sounds, I hope it's going to make a little more sense in a second. Adverbs that modify adjectives and other adverbs are known as intensifiers because that's exactly what they do. They make the words they modify more intense. Best way to see that is an example. Okay, does your dog always leap that far? Okay, always is an adverb that modifies the verb leap. How often does he leap that way? Well, the question contains the word always. And the answer is no, but he almost always leaps that far. Almost is an adverb. It is intensifying or modifying the word always. Not always, almost always. It's making that adverb always more specific. Here's another example. They wear very creative fashion. The word very intensifies the adjective creative. So, let's summarize. First of all, like adjectives, adverbs are modifiers. But whereas adjectives modify nouns and pronouns, adverbs modify not just verbs, but also adjectives and other adverbs. When adverbs modify verbs, they often, but not always, but often end in the letters ly. And when adverbs modify adverbs and adjectives, they are known as intensifiers. And that's the story about adverbs.